when you ask me if they can be cultural ambassadors, absolutely. There's absolutely no doubt about the fact that they will help in kind of bringing India and Iran closer. But I do believe that it should not be restricted only to the Parsi community. End of the day, in India, they are fairly small in number. I think we need to involve a lot other groups. Our political leaders need to be involved. We need to hear each other's music and artists, and we need to have storytellers from both sides. Just to give you, today in the morning, I woke up for this interview and I was just excited because all my life, all through my childhood, I've heard these beautiful stories coming out of Persia, and I've had books, fairy tale books that belong to your region. And today, just to be able to get a peek and speak to someone from your country, even if it's a tiny peek into the newsroom, was very exciting for me. It is something that I have heard about and read about, and yet have never known. So I think when people talk, it kind of helps promote understanding, and then you can look for a way forward. So yes, to answer your question, the Parsi community is absolutely critical. They're absolutely symbolic of what can happen when two cultures meet. But at the same time, I think India is a large country, and so is yours. We need to have more interactions across groups, and hope to understand each other better.
Now, Iran has been strong enough in its cultural foundations to influence outsiders and absorb them. How do you see this important characteristic in the present day world?
That is such a great question. Yes, I mean, we call it multiculturalism and we call it these fancy words today. But the fact is, I mean, centuries ago, your country was the hub of. You had rulers who were so comfortable ruling over diverse sects of people, right? You had colorful societies where, I don't know, if you walk down a bazaar in those days, you probably see people speaking several languages, dressed differently, eating different kind of things, and still communicating with each other. Trade was a facilitator. You learn to cross each other's path and give way and walk together. So your country is one of those which is culturally so diverse, right? And you kind of there is this whole pre-Islamic stage, there is this whole integration after that. There is just so many different kind of communities that are kind of living together and learning from each other and changing each other a little bit. And when you were asking me that question, in my head, I was saying this is just so similar to how we are as well. India also has had a history of kind of assimilating and absorbing people from various religions, from various geographies, from the West, right up from Afghanistan. We've had travelers and people looking for asylum, and we welcome them. And more recently, of course, from the East as well, Bangladesh. There are millions of Bangladeshis who've made India their home. So I think again, I'm just looking for points of resonance to say, our countries are similar in so many different ways. And when it comes to cultural diversity, to be able to embrace differences, I think, again, they're beautiful stories that need to be told.